They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Dead Dad, a horror podcast.
Brought to you by Big Baby Studios.
Hello and welcome back to Dead Air, a horror podcast. My name is Chris Costello and I'm your resident horror fanatic, and I'm joined by my co-hosts.
I'm
Please
Aaron,
introduce yourselves.
a fan, not a fanatic. I like horror movies because of how it makes me feel, but I don't get into the whole, not like Chris, where he suddenly knows who did the musical scoring and who directed it and why he made the movie and why he wrote it in the first place. I'm not like that. I just like horror movies because it makes me feel a thrill that I don't usually get in my daily life. We have another co-host here who has different feelings.
Interesting that Aaron loves horror for what it brings to her life. I'm Miguel. I'm the resident scaredy cat. I love movies, but horror always freaks me out. In fact, spoiler alert, I couldn't sit through this movie. I couldn't finish this movie.
Wait, we'll get to that later. We'll get to that later. We will. But yes, introduce yourself. Come on.
Me? Is it me? Am I up?
No. I was telling Miguel to finish. Are you done with your introduction, Miguel?
That's me, dude. Resident scaredy cat. I'm done.
Resident scaredy cat. Okay, he's done. And we're joined today by we've got a wonderful guest today, guys. Really thankful she's here. She's a VJ, she's a DJ, she's an event host, and a very popular live streamer on Kumu. Welcome, Sanya Smith.
Wow. Hello. Yeah. What an introduction. Thanks, guys.
Thanks
hi.
for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I think I'm in between you guys. Like, I'm not a fanatic. I am a fan of it, and I'm also a scaredy cat. So it's like the perfect combination, the balance of the two. So
perfect.
How did you get through your chosen movie?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't remember. Like, I must have. Okay, I watched most of it like this, honestly, with my hands in front of my face, and like I had to watch it for this set. Like, I don't know why I watched it for the second time, but when I did, I was like, yeah, that was awesome.
2 times.
It's weird. I don't know why I do this to myself, but yeah, I couldn't sleep with the lights off for 2 weeks. Yeah.
I totally get it. It is a scary fucking movie. It's like legitimately scary. We'll get to that movie in a bit. But what we really want to know, like usually we ask our guests really early, Sanya, is what is your horror origin? Like, how did you get into horror? Was it a particular movie, or was it, just a family tradition, or whatever it is? Why did you suddenly? Why do you like the genre? What was your origin story?
Okay, so the movie that got me and my siblings started was way back in the 90s. It wasn't exactly a horror film. We were such scaredy cats, by the way, and we still are, but we just love the being scared. I don't know what it is. It's like going on a roller coaster, you're going to get scared, but you're just like, yeah, let's do it. So I think our very first exposure to horror was this laser disc that we had that we never, oh my God, even the cover, we would scream just like, because, we would try to watch it and like scare each other like, ooh, let's watch this movie. But no, we can't do it because it's like, until now, we haven't seen it yet. Like, we have never finished it. It's called The Lord of Illusions. I don't know if anybody's heard of this movie.
Is that Clive?
Chris, do you know this one? Please tell me you know
I'm
this
not one. I haven't seen it for sure, but
okay.
Let me Google it right now.
I'm kind of scared. Like, what if it's super lame, pala? Because like all after all these years, because like it's one of those things.
I was right. It's Clive Barker.
Okay. Yeah. So we have no idea what it's about.
Nice.
We have we only reach up to this one point. We're like, turn it off.
Well, I have never seen this movie. I quickly Googled it.
Yeah.
It's 63% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's actually pretty high for a horror film.
Okay. That's not bad.
It features
written and directed by Clive Barker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very nice. Scott Bakula, Famke Janssen.
Yeah, I know. I remember she was.
Quantum Leap?
Famke.
Yes.
That's him, right?
Famke. I actually didn't know that Famke was in that. What? Okay. I don't even like literally don't remember it, but I might watch the trailer after this and just kind of revisit. Maybe I'll send it to my sisters, like, guys, are we ready for this? Like every time we're just like, oh my god,
are we old enough?
are we old enough now? Like, yeah. But so we just never touched anything scary. Like the X-Files would freak us out. You know, whenever it would come on TV, we'd be like, turn it out. Yeah, exactly. What other stuff? But the thing is, like, okay, yeah, no, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so fast forward to, I don't remember what year, but my mom, she was so good at picking movies, and she would pick the bootleg ones, obviously, because, hey, we lived in KL and it was all about the bootleg back then. I don't know. We had no idea that you know what I mean? But so there was this movie. It's not exactly a horror, but it was kind of like our gateway drug into horror. So when we first watched this movie, it's I Know What You Did Last Summer. You guys are gonna laugh at me. It's I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I saw that movie.
It is so much cheesy fun.
It's cheesy, campy fun, right? Like,
love it.
Yeah. And we love Jennifer Love Hewitt. You know what I mean? Like, what's not to love about America's Sweetheart? Or she was like the world's sweetheart.
Yeah.
And so that was like the first, and then, you know, like that was it. That was the first time we watched something scary, and we were like, ooh, that was fun. Should we do it again? And then it kind of just sort of took off from there. I'm trying to remember what other stuff we used to watch. Oh, we had a Freddy Krueger mask that we used to scare my brother with. What was his? We called it, Freddy, right? We would like, eat your vegetables or Freddy's gonna get you. We'd be like, nah! What other? There was, okay, it's not a horror movie, but my mom loved Ghost. Oh, my love. Like that scene with Whoopi Goldberg. Hilarious. Yeah. So
Patrick Swayze, may he rest in peace.
Yeah. And then like I started collecting Goosebumps books. Like I was a huge fan of R.L. Stine. You know, like all the girls, you know, were collecting or ordering. We would have Scholastic book orders in school, and they would get the Babysitters Club and Sweet Valley High. And I would sheepishly kind of pick off my Goosebumps, like, you're too old to be reading that. Like, no. Until I had quite a collection too. I really wish I kept it though, because we could go out and get the collection again, but I mean the covers are so different now. It's not the same. It's not the same.
I used to collect Goosebumps also, but then I really liked his other saga, Fear Street. Did you ever see that?
I read Fear Street. Yeah,
that's right. It was more for the adult, sort of young adult.
The like 15, 16.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Young adult novel. I remember those. Yeah.
I liked it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. The covers were amazing. Like all the covers. R.L. Stine's amazing. Like even the video game. I don't know if you did the video game Escape to Horrorland. It was a point and click game. It was so cute. Like it had cameos like Jeff Goldblum was in it. Who else was in it? Helena Bonham Carter. There were quite a few
what
cameos in that. It's called Escape to Horrorland. It's super cheesy. It's a kid's game, but it's
point and click is my jam. So
dude,
I'm keeping this.
Games are my favorite. They're so awesome. I'm actually trying to find an emulator to play that game because it was such a good, and it's really hard. Well, maybe now, I don't know.
Now it might be easy.
It might be easy now, yeah. But oh my god, there was like this one part. I don't want to spoil it for you, but basta. That one part still kind of like it broke us. Definitely, we still talk about it to this day. Like, do you remember? Yes, I remember. Never forget. You know what I mean?
Found it. Later.
Yeah.
Later. Thank you for that. Thank you.
So basically, you're saying that it was sorry about that, Aaron. So basically, you're saying that it was really like a family thing for you guys. It wasn't just you. You enjoyed it with your family.
Yeah, with my sisters and my for sure. We also was like it escaped me. It's gone. Oh, I don't know if this is considered horror, but I'm a huge fan of like those B movie. Like there was Critters. There was Tremors, all of those, like those are the best. And the number one I'm such a huge fan of are the Gremlins series. I don't know if you guys are into the Gremlins. Are they considered horror? I don't know. But this is
I like
Yeah.
the Gremlins.
Definitely.
It's like
horror comedy for sure.
Horror
Yeah.
comedy for sure. Yeah. So that's definitely like and then my mom got into like makeup artistry and prosthetics, so that was pretty cool. I remember she would like make us look, she would practice on us, make us look like we were burned, bruised up. I remember she got all three of us in clown makeup, and she was like, I feel like going to the girl. I swear to God, I feel like she was using us obviously as her canvas, but she would take us along with her to see people's reactions. Now I'm actually thinking that's literally what she was doing. Because like, why would you want to bring your 3 children to the grocery like with full clown makeup, right? So, no, but that was just one time. Oh my God, we had to pick up our cousin at the airport, and she decided for some reason to make us look like we've just been in, I don't know, some kind of explosion and accident or whatever. Like my sister had bruises all over her face, blood. I had burn. She made it look like I had burns on my arm, and we were waiting at the sort of like the waiting area, whatever. And this girl came up to us and she was like, do you need help? We're like, no, our mom's right there. Our mom's over there. We're okay. We're just waiting for our cousin.
No explanation for the burns. Yeah. No context. We're fine. We're fine. Go away.
We're good.
Blink if you need help.
We could have had so much fun with it. I remember she would like severed hand out of silicone and like plaster of Paris. Nice. Super cool. Yeah. So then she had that book on like sort of special effects and makeup and all the robot what do you call it, like the puppetry and whatnot. And I remember my favorite one was with the gremlin on the front. I was like, yes, this is my jam, this is really cool. Yeah, so and then I'm trying to figure out like when, and then I kind of sort of skipped horror for a while because, you know, there was this sort of gap between having sort of like a reliable source for all this stuff, because I was moving from KL to, you know, here, Baguio, and then Bicol. So I didn't really, you know, watch a lot of horror then. What was I? Oh my goodness! Wait a minute. Our cousins used to make us watch Shake, Rattle, and Roll. I think another comedy.
Which one?
I don't remember. Basta Manang, the one with Manang. We used to call her Manang. I don't know. The one with the old lady. She was like, "Rah!" I don't know. I don't remember.
I think every Shake, Rattle, and Roll has a
had
Manang.
her. Okay, so we would just be like,
and it's always Lilia Pagpapay.
Yeah.
It's always her.
Yeah. So I don't know. We would always tease each other like, "Oh, Manang." We'd be like, "Stop it!" I'm trying to remember.
Kawawa naman actual manangs. They're being used as like a tool to scare. Manang's coming.
Manang. Yeah, so a lot. Oh, we were such a huge fan of that cheesy B movie, like sci-fi horrors, though. Like, literally, we would actually record. Oh my God, I wish we kept the footage. We would record, like, somehow Tremors would be playing on the TV. We'd record it on the camcorder, and then we would kind of analyze what we recorded, and then we would sort of like, okay, we have about 12 seconds to react to this, and we have 3 seconds to run away here. So we would like cut in between like the scary quote unquote parts and make our own horror movie. And it was terrible, but it was so good. So I'm trying to like figure out where I can dig that up. That would be really fun to watch now.
Well,
that would be excellent promo material.
Please find it, send it to us so we can put our Facebook page and advertise this whole thing.
So great. What else have I been? Well, I guess fast forward to I dated somebody who was a huge horror fan, and he kind of like reawakened the horror side of me. And like we were watching stuff like you know, Saw was awesome. Like I saw that first one, and I was like, what the did I just watch? When he gets up in the end, I was like, stop. You know, like crazy. Actually, you know what? I have an amazing guest. You should idea for a guest for one of your podcasts. He actually did prosthetics for some of the Saw movies.
Oh.
Oh,
What?
That would be amazing.
Can you please hook us
Yeah,
up? Please.
Absolutely. I think he would
Yeah.
love to
Holy
share his
shit.
stories. Oh,
That's
sure.
incredible.
Yeah, dude. For sure.
Because this is how we make friends now via.
Yeah, exactly.
This is how we meet new
Other
people.
out, right?
I know. This is how we meet new people now.
Yeah.
This is the new bar.
This is the
It
new
is.
bar, exactly.
So let's segue to your choice of movie. What did you
Excellent
choose?
choice, by the
and
way.
Thank
why
you.
did you choose it?
So I have no idea how we even. I can't even I think blocked out the memory of when I watched it, who I watched it with. But I know I watched it, and I know I was really scared. I think it was a group of us. Definitely most of the time my hands were in front of my face, or I'm hiding in my hoodie or whatever. But The Conjuring is a bloody masterpiece, and I think everybody should see it. Literally everyone. And the thing I absolutely love about The Conjuring is that it was based on true events.
On a true story.
That's what I
Which
absolutely
makes it
love.
even worse.
The Insidious universe is one of my favorites. What
Mhm.
do you call this? The Warrens, they're super cool. Dude, when I think it's based on true events, and I was like, what? So immediately I went home and I Googled. Big mistake. You don't Google things at 2 a.m. By the way, don't Google this at 2 a.m.
Or if you're Miguel, don't Google anything at 9 a.m. Apparently, that scares you too.
Yeah.
There is no bad time to Google horror for me.
So
so the movie you chose is The Conjuring.
Yes.
It was released in 2013.
Mhm.
It's directed by James Wan, who's he's a really interesting director, man. His filmography is pretty cool. He did The Conjuring, he did Aquaman. He actually did a few Fast and the Furious movies.
Oh, Aquaman.
So he's got a whole bunch of he's a really talented guy. And I love this movie so much. Hey, Aaron, do you want to give us a really quick summary of what this movie is about?
yes.
Sure. It's based on a true story with a family. What's the name?
The Perones.
The
They're
Warrens.
Perones. So the Warrens
Okay,
are
sorry.
famous supernatural ghost
Investigators.
hunters, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
what do you call it?
Yeah.
Paranormal investigators.
Investigators. Yes.
Yes, so they're
Yes.
very famous paranormal investigators. So this movie is based on one of their encounters where there is a demon-like presence in a house that just starts haunting an entire family. And it starts out, Miguel, I bet you didn't reach this part.
No.
So this part, there's a
doll.
part that says, well, the doll is this small in the story.
The
It's not even
Is it
right?
just?
That's why
Yeah.
everyone's
Yeah.
Oh my god.
yeah.
It's not even really a thing.
Yeah.
But we find out in the story that this demon just wants to kill an entire family. Now, I'm not going to say the reason, but this demon goes through the mother to kill the rest of the family. So it's really creepy.
Oh.
It's a possession movie.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Possession movie.
It's a possession
So
movie
well
and it's
done.
a haunted house movie.
Yeah.
So all the worst things.
Before we get into this whole discussion, I want this to be really clear because we have a podcast first happen to us, and I'm assuming it won't be the last. But one of our co-hosts, so what we do is we have a guest per episode, right?
Uh-huh.
The guest recommends a movie that we all watch. So when we're ready for the interview, we can jump in and then comment and everything. But we have a podcast first because our co-host Miguel over here, our token scaredy cat, tapped
Need a
out
token, pal.
at the first 5 minutes.
Okay, so what part? I'm curious.
He
What
tapped
part?
out.
So
The doll.
This was just the Annabelle start at the beginning.
Yeah, no. And I got to the part where Patrick Wilson and his wife, sorry, the Wilson, what was their name again?
Warren.
Warrens.
What is
The Warrens.
The Warrens
Mhm.
were giving a lecture, and then
And
I
then
said,
cuts to
That's
this is a
it.
real story.
Hey, you
And
didn't
then-
reach the house
you know,
yet?
No. It comes at the shot that I stop is the shot of the window, and then the camera just tracks out, and I'm like, I'm good.
No way.
Like,
Yeah, so
this
he tapped out.
this movie isn't making me feel good. Let me read the Wikipedia entry.
That's the whole point.
So Miguel's what we agreed on is for this episode, since he hasn't seen the movie, but he did do all the reading up and everything. So
I did not do it because also it's scary.
Oh my God.
No.
But we agreed. We agreed that you would jump in. You would jump in
trivia?
and you would just give us trivia at the very least. That would be your contribution.
So my trivia is that this Warren couple are really active in paranormal investigation. Like Amityville is also one of their things and other stuff. And then I'm done.
Is that it?
Yeah.
You are useless today.
You're the worst.
As your producer, I should tell you, Miguel, that there are like 20 items of trivia in the IMDb.
I don't want to go to the IMDb, dude. I don't want to
Maui, our producer. Maui, can you send over your bits of trivia to Miguel so we can read it?
Yes, let's do it.
It's almost midnight. It's almost midnight.
No. Come on. We're all in this together. We'll walk you through
It's
it.
your
We're here for
job.
you.
I'm so mad. Oh yeah?
Job.
I love that.
I'm so mad right now.
You can't argue with that. You can't argue with that. It is your job.
I know.
Literally the only
you guys.
thing you needed to do.
Oh my
You didn't
God.
even need to see the scenes.
You
man.
Aaron's so mad.
Job.
So I'm so worried that obviously this isn't going to be the last time this happens to us. So I'm just hoping that it's not like every other episode Miguel's going to tap out.
This is me hoping that I hope everybody just picks sana serial murderer na lang, serial killer lang. I hope they pick easy movies, stuff I've seen. I hope they pick stuff I've seen.
Well, to be fair, actually this movie is pretty fucking scary.
It's kind of messed
it
up.
came out in 2013, and I honestly think this reinvigorated my love for horror films because
wow.
Shut
I
up.
don't really get scared. No, really, like in general, like I don't get scared a lot. This movie really scared me.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
And again, I'm not a big fan of jump scares, but holy crap, the jump scares in this movie really work.
They're not cheap, huh? They're not cheap jump scares. These are like legit, like, yo, that's messed up. Yeah.
Oh man, that shot
And
of
they really make
Bathsheba
you-
on top of the cabinet.
Oh my god.
I was gonna say that's my favorite one.
Wow.
That's the one I was like, I nearly walked out. Actually, I nearly walked out. I've never.
You should have.
I'd never walked out on a movie before. Not even if it's like really bad. I'm like, okay, I paid for it. I'll just watch it for the sake of but like I remember now. It was in Green Hills with the surround sound, which made it even worse.
Atmos.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, that's right. Yep. Yeah.
Sanya, if you had walked out, we'd be talking about a different movie right now.
Probably.
I'd be so happy.
Yeah, that's true. No, I'm so glad I didn't because like you really got to fight through it, and like you're in the end, you're like, yeah, I'm never doing that again. But then I did. Idiot.
I've seen this movie so many times, honestly. Because
What's wrong with you, Chris?
I've got the Blu-ray. I love it. I really, really love it.
You have the Blu-ray?
Oh, hell yes, dude. I love this movie so
I feel
much.
like it's gonna be like a collectible. Like in 30 years, that
Yeah.
Blu-ray is gonna be super valuable. Hang on to that.
Yeah.
So I
For sure.
saw it many times, but I rewatched it again for this episode. And I was expecting to be like, I'm just gonna coast through this. No, dude, I was still like legitimately scared of some scenes. Like, it
Yeah.
is still
for
so
sure.
effective.
Yeah.
Now
And, like,
you're sending me
This
the
was
worst
the
trip.
second. This is the
You're
second
sending
time
me
I've
over.
seen it. And I thought I could breeze through it also. So I was kind of playing Switch while it was going on. But it's not
Ay,
just
naman.
scary. It's not just scary because in the scenes that they would really, because they prep you for that stuff. Like they're like, oh, you can
Yeah.
see Rudy if you look in
Oh
the
my
mirror.
God.
So
Yeah,
Play the
There's a
music
build
box
up. So,
and
yeah,
look in
yeah.
the mirror. So the
Oh!
camera really goes to the mirror and you're looking
Yeah.
behind. I would put my Switch down. It's engaging. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
It's really
It's so
good.
good. It's so good.
The part though I remember, aside from what's her name being on top of the cabinet, is the part when I forget their names, but one of the girls like wakes up in the middle of the night,
Oh, and her leg is
And-
being pulled.
something like that, and then
Oh,
like
tangina.
someones in the corner though, right?
Yep.
Just
I
standing and
remember just
watching them.
standing and
Yeah.
watching them, and she's like, "Someone's there," and just the fear in her face. I'm like,
And they never show. They never
They
show.
never showed it, and they didn't have to. But man, like I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
think
end
that's
this
what-
call in a bit.
Yeah.
No, I think that's what really sets it apart from a lot of like haunted house or like ghost movies. It's like the acting is so good.
The acting
Like
is
everyone's
incredible.
incredible.
And I always keep thinking like, okay, so a little bit into the movie, they're stuck in this house, right? And they're like, well, I guess we have to live with it, right? And so they're like going to the basement to fetch, I don't know, stuff. And I'm like, why would anybody?
Why would he do that?
Anybody step like the place is haunted. Why are you sending your children downstairs to get something in the basement?
That fucking game, hide and clap.
Oh, come
Where you
on! Oh, that's right. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why couldn't they just check into a hotel? Is my question.
No, because
Because they were poor. All their money
Yes.
was in the house.
yeah.
Miguel, if you watched, you'd know.
Watch the movie. If you actually do the research, they say that if you read the trivia, Miguel, I'm just kidding. They
Go for it.
say that the house just happened to be like in the position of like a portal. So a lot of entities
Things were happening.
and things were happening there. So I remember there are interviews actually with the and they've read the kids have written books about it. They've written they've written books about this house and their experiences, and there are even videos on YouTube where she's doing her homework and it's a footage from the Warrens like vault or whatever. She's trying to do her homework and the table and the chair is shaking. And they're just kind of like, yeah, so this is what happens. This is like it's so like, yeah, it's like they're explaining the roach problem to the pest control guys. Like, yeah, so that is a problem. How do we fix that? You know what I mean? So it's just like, what? And then, she explains like there are people who say they're whispering something. She can hear somebody say they are 7 dead soldiers buried in the walls. Like little tidbits like that. Yeah.
Nice.
Really, really creepy. It's pretty crazy. It's funny because
All right. Good night.
my sister lives on a farm in Bukidnon farmhouse, and they're she married into this family. They're called their name is the Perrines. So it's like way too close. The Perrones.
Shit, yeah.
Also on a farm. Yeah, exactly. So I was like, I don't know how you guys watch that in there, but yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy. But yeah, that whole universe is amazing. Like Conjuring 2 was pretty good too. I don't know. Are we allowed to talk about the other ones?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, like, absolutely.
Like,
anything.
I hated The Nun. I don't think I even saw The Nun. I don't think I was. There's a Nun.
That's a sequel. It's a sequel.
I know.
There's The Nun, and they made a whole movie out of it. I don't think I saw it, but man, I remember that year. People went as what was his name? What was the name of the demon? Valak. Ang galing nila mag-cosplay. Like I legit freaked out at the Halloween party. I was like, yeah, I'm not going in there. It's so good. So terrifying.
Yeah, so this movie actually spawned a whole bunch of sequels and prequels.
Yes.
Like this is how good this movie was.
Yeah.
Like the whole the cultural impact of this movie wasn't just it was huge. It was huge at the time, and then like you can still feel it up to now.
Yeah, that whole universe is definitely going to be they're going to be telling stories for I'm sure they have that museum, the Warrens. They have I forget what it's called. Yeah. There was actually
and Annabelle, the real Annabelle, just escaped, by the way. Did you guys see that?
I saw, dude.
Apparently she did, but apparently that was a hoax. I think that was just a weird. Yeah. I don't think. I remember freaking out like, oh my god, 2020, enough, nah. You know what I mean? Like whoever's playing Jumanji, please stop. So apparently that wasn't true. But the Annabelle, I don't know why I didn't like the Annabelle movies. I'm not sure.
I'm not a big fan.
I wasn't, I wasn't into it. I wasn't into it.
I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, dolls and me are not like Chucky. I don't. Yeah,
oh,
it's
I
not
love
my thing.
Chucky. Yeah, child's play.
What do you mean, Aaron? You get afraid, Aaron? You get afraid?
No, it's just not my thing. Like when I see a doll, I don't go, "Oh my god, it's possessed." It's a doll, like, oh my God.
There are people who actually like collect haunted dolls. I saw this one on TikTok. There's this girl who collects haunted dolls, and there was this weird sort of trend that one of the TikTok what do you call this? Filters is supposed to kind of pick up energy, right? But someone accidentally picked up sort of ghost energy daw.
Oh shit.
So
Wow.
I actually did, So I was scrolling through the filter, like the videos of other people using the filters, and I came across this girl who was like taking a video of her like haunted dolls, and like some of them wouldn't really like what. So what the effect does is that it sort of picks up your energy around you, kind of like an aura. So that's the whole that's the whole thing. So she was pointing it at her dolls, and like there were only maybe like there was like a ventriloquist doll that would like light up, and then there was like another really old looking Annabelle looking doll that like lit up as well. It's like, oh, those are haunted. Okay, I actually tried it. Idiot. I don't know why. So I was told. So I do this live stream called Kumumu on Kumu, where we talk about all things paranormal. And
Kumumu.
Kumumu. I would love to actually have you guys on there one of these days. Let's do
hell yeah.
that. Let's do
Sure.
that. That would be great. Anyway, so I have viewers who are gifted as well. So they were telling me, some of them were telling me like, hey, there are spirits in your room. You know that, right? I'm like, yeah, no, but thanks for telling me. It's totally fine. They're like nagchichika lang sila. They are the females apparently. And they're just there. They're super chill. No harm. Yeah, they're chilling. So, when I discover this filter on TikTok, what's the first thing I do? I throw my phone across the room like, no, I'm not trying it. Nope, that's not happening. So weeks go by, and then I come across the filter again, and I was super bored, and I was like, it was like 2 PM. I'm like, okay, so what's the worst that could happen? It's the daytime. Apparently they're harmless, so let's just try it. So I try the filter. I can actually show you guys later. If I can find it. I'll show you. So I point it in the living room. I'm like, okay, nothing here. And then I point it in the bedroom, and then bam, this image comes up, and I was like,
oh shit.
My God.
Wow, so that just confirmed it. Let me see if I can pull it up now.
Why?
Oh, yes, show
No,
it to
we're
Miguel. Show it to Miguel.
Why?
I won't use this sound though, because this sound. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I
blocking
can
your
find it.
screen.
Hold on. Yeah, it's pretty. And then I showed it to the viewers who said, there was something there, and they're like, yeah, you captured it. I was like, okay. And then I slept in the living room for like a week. I couldn't sleep in the bedroom for a while. Where is it? Oh, here. Okay, you guys ready? Hold on. Can you see?
I can see small
right, so
windows.
That's okay. That's living room,
That's
living
the living
room. Yes, and then you'll see boom. You see that? That's energy. You see that?
Holy shit.
It was
Holy
like
crap,
a
what was
crouched
that?
image, like a
Yeah.
crouched.
So let me
Wow, that was
Holy-
fucked up.
go here. So I'll pause it to like where it. This is pretty cool.
Oh
Hold
my
on. Whoop,
God.
there you go. So
Oh shit.
that's what it's
Dude.
like a person sitting on the bed, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
that does.
Down female.
Yep. That's literally. Miguel's like, no, may the power of Christ compel
Or
you.
parang babae naka-head tilt.
She's
Oh,
going
God.
like this, like, hey.
Yeah, exactly.
Do a makeover.
Why aren't you sleeping here, girl? Come back.
and the viewers say like, don't acknowledge them because they will start to sort of like, oh my God, she can hear us.
Walk towards.
And then try to, yeah. So they're probably like, oh my God, she's talking about us again. I don't know.
Cheese
yeah.
miss. Cheese miss.
Yeah.
Miguel is 30 seconds away from tapping out of this call.
I know.
Yeah. So Conjuring is one of, definitely, like, I don't think there's any
Yep.
movie that I can top. The Conjuring 2 was really good too. I liked it. Not as great as the first one, but definitely like not a bad sequel. Because there were other movies in between that, right? Like it was like The Conjuring and then Annabelle and then Annabelle 2 and then Conjuring 2 or something like that.
And then
Insidious,
the Nun.
then the Nun, yeah. So
Yeah.
definitely. The actress though who plays the mom, I forget her name, but she's also in like
Lily Thompson.
Lily Tomlin?
Tomlin.
No,
Is it
Tomlin, right?
No, she's a comedian. So
Oh right,
Lily Taylor. Sorry, Lily Taylor. She's
Taylor.
incredible.
I love her.
Yeah.
She's so good. She was in that other,
She's so good.
yeah, she was in that other haunted house movie where they were all there. Where she like hurt her eye playing
The
that instrument.
Haunting.
The Haunting. That
The
was another
Haunting.
really good.
That
With,
freaked me out too.
Yeah.
With Catherine Zeta-Jones, is that?
Oh, I forgot about Catherine Zeta-Jones. Whatever happened to her? Love her.
She's married to Michael
She's
Douglas.
married to
right?
Michael Douglas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I remember The Haunting. I really enjoyed that movie because there was an original The Haunting, which was black and white, really old, and it's still scary, and it's all just noise. You see nothing, and it's all just knocking or banging on doors. Really creepy.
Ooh.
So yeah, you should see that.
Yeah, I think that's another thing. I think that's another reason why I like really love The Conjuring is because I'm not a big fan of haunted house movies. I think, especially like horror movies with ghosts. I think it's so hard to pull off.
You're right. It is. It is.
It's so hard to pull off. Like, I mean, I'm rarely scared by ghosts on screen because a lot of it is always CGI. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this was like all practical effects. There was no like wispy ghost bullshit. You know. And I just felt like the whole treatment. Yeah, the treatment was incredible. Like
the witch
took it seriously. Yeah.
Yeah, because I love horrors. Like the zombie movies are like number one. I love zombie movies. Like I enjoy a lot of those. But like when it comes to paranormal stuff, I'm such a like paranormal stuff, like monsters and zombies and vampires. I love that. I love it. Like I don't get scared of them because yeah. But when it comes to paranormal stuff, I'm just like I don't know. It's like again, it's like going on the roller coaster. You know you're gonna get scared. Yeah. You're probably gonna throw up. You don't know, but but yeah, it's such a it's there's a rush. And I read that it's a different thrill. And I read that a lot of people who suffer from anxiety, tend to watch or enjoy horror films. For many reasons, one being that they are kind of in control of their anxieties, like they know where the anxiety is coming from, something like that. They can pinpoint, like, this is what's scaring me. So that's probably another reason why a lot of us
this explains my whole life.
Right? Yeah. That's why I was like, it makes sense now.
All right.
All right.
Miguel's just like, okay.
Miguel's like, I don't need the extra anxiety.
I'm just like holding. I'm just like sitting on the edge of my seat, like, where are we gonna go with this conversation?
The thing is, though, Miguel, you have information now that you can share with us. So could you please share with us the trivia that
that
sent to you?
That our producer sent me. So apparently, I'm gonna read this off Maui's telegram to me.
Amazing.
I know.
I'm excited to hear you say it.
There's dead air.
So apparently, when this movie was shown here in the Philippines, some cinemas had to hire priests to bless the viewers before showing it.
Yeah, I read
That's
about
fucking
that.
great. That's fucking
Yeah,
great.
they did.
I love it.
That's how scary it was. Yeah. Pero feeling ko that was
else?
part of the marketing. I feel like
Yeah.
you know
Could
what?
be.
I feel like that kind of adds an extra like, ooh, let's go watch it. It's invest naman eh. Okay lang. Let's go. That's how
Yeah,
it was.
whenever, like when there's always chismis about somebody dying of a heart attack while watching the movie, and the distributor like totally like plays that up.
Yeah,
leans into it. The distributor actually killed someone in the
Actually,
theater.
Oh my gosh.
the marketing for the the latest Carrie movie was really good. Did you guys see what they did? They staged they staged something like something
the telekinetic prank.
super cool.
Yeah.
And they were I don't know, that was a way to market the movie Carrie. What did you guys think about that? Or that's a whole different I don't know. Okay, all right, back to the
I
trivia.
didn't see the new Carrie.
That's all I have.
Miguel,
that's all I want. That's all I want.
That's it.
That's all I have, and that's all I'm willing to read out.
Come on.
Okay, then in that case, Miguel, let's dive deep into your
My fears. Why?
your psychology, the psychology behind your fears. Like
Why? I'm not.
why you but it's interesting for us because like we have forced you to watch 6 horror movies so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
was this the one that you tapped out on?
Oh wow.
Hirap ng paranormal, dude. Yeah. Sanya, congratulations.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm curious. What were the other movies you were able to sit through? So I kind of have an idea. Like, okay,
I can sit through a lot of if you say, hey, wait, that means we have to talk about the stuff we've talked about already. Is
That's
that
okay.
cool?
Yeah,
Just general siguro. General, what are you okay with?
Sure. Like, I'm totally fine with monster movies, or like how we talked about Jaws, and how Jaws was, even if it's a shark movie, it's actually some parts of it is like a horror movie, like a monster movie. So I'm cool with Jaws. I love Jaws.
Jaws. So you one-upped me there.
Oh,
I am absolutely terrified
fine.
of sharks.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie.
Oh,
That's why I didn't watch it.
oh, interesting.
So, yeah.
Oh, watch it, Sanya.
No, thanks.
But if Sanya
we-
watches that, you have to watch
Yeah.
this Conjuring.
Oh.
Then you don't have to watch this, Sanya. Then you're fine. You're fine not to watch.
Watch it on a
Why-
Netflix party, and then we'll comment.
Yeah.
Are you still there,
It's
Miguel?
fine
Are
that
you
you've
still
missed out
Do it.
on a great
Let's do
classic.
it.
We've also seen It Follows, and a companion piece. What was the other one we saw?
Halloween.
That was just
there?
Halloween.
Ooh,
And parang
Halloween.
we saw It Follows.
The
We
Rob
saw It
Zombie
Follows
one?
first, then
No,
No.
the original.
The original.
Not the remake.
the
I like-
original
I
with Jamie
kinda
Lee
like-
Curtis.
I kind of like the Rob Zombie one. Not a lot of people liked it.
It's not so bad.
Maybe
It's
because
not
I'm
so bad.
I'm probably being biased because I love Rob Zombie. So, House of a Thousand
I
Corpses
haven't
is another
seen
really
that
good one.
one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It was a cool pairing because you could see how one influenced the other.
Mm.
And then we also saw Shake, Rattle, and Roll 2 was
Yeah.
a choice of one of our guests. And that was pretty good because it was the first Pinoy film we
Yep.
had to see, Pinoy horror. And it was like 3 mini films in one. So each of it had its own flavor and,
Yeah.
reason for existence. Pretty cool. What else did we see? What else did we see that I missed?
Curious.
Oh,
Yeah.
there was another movie that you didn't finish before the episode aired. I mean,
Yeah, but I
it was
saw
recorded.
it. Yeah, but that wasn't horror naman. I mean, it was
Yeah,
a
Troll
monster
Hunter.
movie, but it wasn't scary. Yeah, it was pretty cool actually. Parang Troll
Yeah.
Hunter was like found footage genre. Like there were this documentaries in was it Norway?
Oh, right.
Yeah, and they were
Oh,
Yeah,
but
it's pretty
I
cool,
saw that.
actually.
Did they get lost in the
Yeah.
forest?
they joined up with an actual troll hunter and they were taking footage for their documentary. That was pretty cool.
Okay. I'm probably thinking about
Okay siya. No, but that was really fun.
So basically, Miguel
So-
can take anything except for like ghosts.
Baka paranormal,
Demon.
may
Especially
paranormal.
if they're
Yeah.
true story ghosts. That's the part that really gets me. It's hard to watch
Yeah.
again. Like, yeah, possession
is.
movies. Like, I like to. I thought Evil Dead, all of the great, they're great. But the new one was good too. Like, I thought
That
it was
one's excellent.
so good. I would definitely recommend that one. But definitely
So-
paranormal movies. Yeah, they're kind of hard to know sometimes. They're hard.
Okay, so Miguel can't take paranormal films. How about you guys? Do you guys have limits?
Sharks.
Yeah, I can't seem to get around to watching Jaws. I can't do it because I end up like I can't even go sit through Shark Week. Like no. When even when the commercial comes on and I know like the there's like blue ocean, I turn it off because I have like I have the fear of like deep blue ocean. Like I can't do it.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
and I know sharks
I
like
get it.
people are killed by I don't know other things than sharks every year. I know the statistics don't really match my fear. It's a kind of an irrational fear. I don't even know where it started, honestly. Like it just freaks me out.
Yeah.
Here's some cool
How about
trivia.
you, Aaron?
Yeah, go.
Oh no! If it's about, do
Me?
you have trivia about sharks?
No, not trivia about sharks. I actually pulled up trivia about The Conjuring for Miguel.
Go
For
ahead.
you.
Sure, let's hear it.
Well, number 15 is it's one of the highest grossing horror films of all times. Well, actually this was in 2016 at the time, so I don't know if it's still true.
Maybe it topped it.
Maybe. I don't know. It was good, but it didn't scare me as much as The Conjuring.
Conjuring is definitely scarier than it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I mean,
It was
the
so
ending
well
of
done.
it is very dumb.
You mean the
very
ending of
stupid,
it,
so.
the part 1 or part 2?
Part one. I mean, the whole ending of the book. It's just
Oh,
like
Of it?
with the movies.
of the book of
I
the
have-
movie.
I haven't
it's
seen.
it's an
Do you-
alien. It's an alien.
It's
Let's
an
just
alien,
put it
yeah.
that
Must
way.
be an alien,
Is an
right? Like,
alien.
yeah, that part I was like, huh? Okay. But
But,
yeah,
but you know what's
after
even
all that
scarier? This is
scary
like
stuff.
super like a yeah. Do you know the scariest part of it? The book. It's actually not it's just the most fucked up part of that book. Have you guys
The
read it?
orgy.
Yeah, the child
Is it
orgy.
That's where I
The
draw the line.
children
Oh.
to survive the experience as kids, they have an orgy.
No.
Like
Tell me that.
it is
So gross.
fucked up. Like it is so
And the
messed up.
chick volunteers. The chick
Wait.
Yeah.
Beverly. She
And it's
volunteers.
they love each other. Like yeah.
Mm.
It
Super
is
sick.
fucked up. Like yeah, it is so sick.
I'm
It is so
trying to
shocking.
unhear that.
Reading it again.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to unhear that. Cannot. Oh no.
Yeah, so that's how they survive. Basically, the first movie is because they get lost in the tunnels, and to find their way out, they have to fuck each other.
Damn, dude, what? Somebody's gotta lock him up, dude. That's like nope. That's
Yeah, so yeah.
Wow, that's
so we went off
And
on a
they
tangent.
didn't
Yeah,
include that. Yeah. They
Well,
didn't include that in any of the movies. For good
Thankfully.
reason.
thank goodness.
Talaga, they glossed. I mean, that little subplot nila
Nothing.
sinama.
no,
There
there
was
was no
none.
child fucking in the movies. Don't worry.
Yikes. Yeah.
We're gonna cut that out.
definitely.
No, we're not.
Perhaps that is something that I cannot take. Yes, that is
that's
one thing.
definitely yeah. That's like I don't
Perhaps.
even know how to react any like what?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Back to the
I
Conjuring.
don't like gore. I don't like gore either.
I don't like gore
when
either.
body parts.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of gore.
I
Mhm.
like gore.
I understand the appeal of gore
Mhm.
for horror fans. I
Yeah.
totally understand it. I just it's for me. It's just not for me. It kind of it just like,
If done
it gives me a
well.
physical reaction.
Oh, you literally
Maybe
you
if it's
literally okay.
Oh.
Yeah, no, there's
Mhm.
some that are just like what? There's that
Some-
one scene in what's it called? Hereditary, where she has the wire cutter and she's going like that with her. That part, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So now I'm like, I can't. I cannot.
or
Not-
or
yeah.
the opening scene of Ghost Ship. That was pretty good use of
Oh,
gore.
yeah.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Okay, for those who don't know, Miguel, do you want to explain the opening of Ghost Ship? It's incredible.
Yeah, so Ghost Ship, the premise is that there's this ghost ship floating in international waters, or there's this abandoned ship just floating around the oceans. And then so there's a flashback of how it becomes a ghost ship, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Mhm.
So they're all on deck. I think they were dancing, or there was a bit of a celebration on the deck.
Yeah.
And then one of the ropes snapped, and the tension
What
was
is it?
so
metal ropes. Yeah, it's so metal.
yeah, I don't know. And the tension was so strong that rope just really moved fast across the crowd and cut everybody in half.
It just slices
Like
everyone.
one of those fancy cheese
So-
slicers, the wire one.
Yeah, yeah.
It's such a great scene because suddenly people who are just standing, suddenly the top slips off their bottom and they just
Everyone,
Yeah.
they just
And you-
fall apart.
and you realize that they've been all cut in half.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
That becomes a ghost
So
ship.
well done.
Fantastic scene.
Super awesome.
Excellent
It's
use
a
of
great
gore.
scene in a bad movie, but yeah.
True. Yeah.
Oh.
That's
I'm a
true. It's the
fan.
only thing I remember
Also,
from that movie.
That's
Actually,
also something about an
Yeah.
elevator too. That's about it. Maybe I'm mixing other movies up
yeah.
together, but yeah.
I think there is.
I like how the Japanese do it. It's just like blood everywhere. Rah! Kind of
yeah.
cheesy, but it's really really funny. Like their arm falls
One
off
thing-
and like there's just like
Oh, sorry.
blood spewing on the side.
Yeah,
So
like
good.
basically like everything that Kill Bill parodied.
Yes, there you go. Yeah. There's some like the gore, like when it's for me it's funny. It's like ha ha ha, he got chopped off by a so it's I don't know. Like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was pretty gory too. I liked that. But I'm trying to figure out like which were the really gore. Oh, Midsommar. The gore there
Oh yeah.
is kind of crazy.
That's Aaron's favorite horror film of all time.
Yeah, super
Of
like
all time, I enjoyed it a lot.
I liked it too. Like
I'm being sarcastic. Aaron hates it,
oh really?
but I love it.
Oh,
I can't.
I love it.
I love it. I
You hated
love
it
Why?
because you didn't like it, or was it too much?
I didn't
or
like
you
it.
like
Did you finish it?
messy?
I've
Like
explained. I did finish it. So, so aside from the gore,
Aaron has explained
think
this
the
to us so
first-
many times.
so many times. No, but now I'm also starting to realize it's also partly because of the gore. Like the first part, the first gory part that they show is when the old man falls on his face on the rock.
Forever in my brain.
That was a lot.
So bad. That's a lot.
That was a lot.
I was not expecting that too. I was like, and then you can't look away. You're just like, wait, why is that still happening? It's still yeah.
And
at
he's
first
still
you're
alive.
like, is that his fit? Oh my god, is that like you're checking it out?
Yeah. And props to the prosthetics team. Like they didn't do CGI for that. Sometimes I don't really like it when they do CGI gore because it doesn't look. There's sometimes it just doesn't look real.
CGI, I'm not a big fan of CGI in general, like all across genres, but especially in horror.
Yeah,
I'm really not a fan of CGI in horror.
Same.
That's one of the reasons why I'm so in love with The Conjuring. It's like I think there's zero CGI, or maybe it's just like cleaning up stuff.
Maybe
shots, but like everything is so practical. You know, it's all prosthetics.
It's done really well. Like when she transformed, like when she's horrifying, Zess, she's like, nah. Yeah,
she's so good.
Super galing. I was just gonna say that film. Apparently, The Conjuring was in the works for 20 years. I'm reading it now. Apparently,
really?
it was 20 years in the making, which is kind of crazy. I actually did not know that. It's pretty insane.
It is. Well, again, for me, the Conjuring, it's like it's easily the best of all the things that it spawned. I mean, all the sequels, all the prequels. It's easily the best thing. I don't know what it is about it. It's I just really believe the universe in that film.
Yeah.
I believe that it existed in that decade. Just with everything, the props, the styling, even the actors they chose. Patrick Wilson really looks like this old timey actor. You know, Vera Farmiga also looks like she belongs in the era.
Yeah. They got every detail down, which is kind of I'm really picky with that as well when it comes to horror, because when it comes to horror movies, I kind of want to forget I'm watching a movie. Well, with any movie, really.
Sure.
But especially horror, you kind of want to forget. And in The Conjuring, you're so invested. But at the same time, you're just like, you're super immersed into the storytelling is just really well done, and like everything from
even the style that James Wan chose. Like at the very beginning, there's this scene where the youngest kid is outside. She discovers that little music box with a mirror, and then you see it from far away, right? And then the shot slowly zooms in. It doesn't dolly in, but it zooms in, and that's such a 1970s kind of like way of shooting something. And I was like, okay, I'm in. I really invested at his choices.
Like classic
yeah. He shot it like a classic horror movie.
Yeah, I think it's cool that a lot of directors. I feel like a lot of directors who are horror fans, they like to take little bits and pieces from, their favorites and kind of like try to put it into their own films, which is kind of cool. Which is kind of cool. Yeah.
It's a great movie, Miguel. You
know what? You should try to give it another. You should try to give it another chance. Seriously,
I agree.
Seriously, give it a. But you know what?
I'm actually gonna defend Miguel on this one. I understand. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
I was watching alone.
Yeah. See, I can't do that.
It's anxiety causing. Yeah, I saw it with a big crowd. Like, so my initial experience with it was like fun, watching it with everyone screaming and shouting, and but like it would be different watching it for the first time alone. In a dark room.
And like
happy for you, Chris.
Yeah. And like,
hey, I'm defending you,
with this whole pandemic too. It's like, everything's really dark. So you kind of like, you don't want to watch
exactly
scary, which is why I've kind of held off on watching a lot of heavy stuff during this pandemic, except for Midsommar. Like I watched because I really wanted to see it, dude. Like I have been dying to see it since last year when it came out, but nobody wanted to watch it with me. And I didn't want to watch it alone. Right. So it took me like literally until just a couple months ago, till I found someone to watch it with. And I'm so glad I saw it. So well done. But really messed up.
And Midsommar but Midsommar is also strangely cathartic. Like at the end of it, like parang this is a feel-good breakup movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
True.
Yeah.
Midsommar had
You're right.
Midsommar had, like, I saw it alone.
That's a good.
It was one of those weird situations where I saw a horror movie alone in the cinema. And I'm like, when I got out, like, parang, this movie made me feel good. Like, I think she got her closure.
Right? The actress is so good. Apparently, where else did I see her? Like, I saw her.
She's also in Little Women. She's in Little Women.
She's in Little Women. I love Little Women. Both
She's
of them.
great. She's great.
Yeah.
She's gonna be in the new
I
Black
sounded
Widow
so
movie.
wrong. Sorry. I love Little Women. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. No. So do we.
That still sounds wrong.
Yeah, I know.
The movie. We like
Okay,
Little
so
Women.
you
the
gone.
movie.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely give that movie another chance. For sure.
All right. I
Yeah.
can feel my heart rate slowing down.
I
again.
never got to say. I never got to say what I can't take in horror films.
Oh yeah, go.
But
Say
I
it,
think
Chris.
it's very relevant. I think it's very relevant because it's slightly connected to Miguel's, which is it's not spiritual, but like I cannot take religious horror, like anything like with religion
Cult horror.
or God. No, I can take cult, but you know, like if they're like religious figures
Okay, so
or like
you didn't like
stigmatas or
Stigmata.
Stigmata was really
That
good.
freaked me out.
Stigmata with Patricia Arquette was really
And they were
good.
so
Cannot.
galing. It was really great.
Ay,
I actually
galing.
got scared. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna get possessed." Oh, Exorcism. Yeah, no, I thought I was gonna get possessed. Like the Exorcist, Emily
Whoa.
Rose, same thing. I thought I was gonna
Oh,
get
yeah.
possessed too.
Oh,
Like,
Oh, that is so horrible.
yeah,
What
No.
happened?
her voice.
Okay.
is so good. What?
And
No, I
she's
thought
great.
like you reacted, and I thought you reacted to something off camera.
Oh
like,
no, because okay, so this is what I
the
reacted
scene.
to. This was on my screen, and I got scared. It's one of the demons. It's called hold on, Bathsheba.
Thanks for showing that.
Bathsheba.
Cool.
Oh,
cool.
film composer plays Bathsheba. This is another trivia. Cool.
Bathsheba. I love that scene in Conjuring when Patrick Wilson screams her name just to distract her.
And she looks.
Bathsheba. So good.
But yeah,
So
religious
good.
horror. I think I can kind of agree with you there because the Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Not a big fan.
I literally I cried when my boyfriend at the time was pretending to get like he was pretending. It's so stupid now, but like he was like pretending to get
That's kind of
possessed,
mean.
and I got really scared and I started crying.
Sanya, I would cry too.
I know, like why would you do that? I was, and that actress did it. She was amazing.
Yeah.
And
Where
it
else
was
did she
such a
Jennifer-
leap
Jennifer,
from white
uh,
chicks.
Yes, exactly.
It was such a
What's her name?
leap. Like,
Jennifer
she was the
Carpenter?
chick in
She was-
white chick
she was the-
going, well, my fat. Oh,
Exactly.
Tina, the
She was
tummy."
like,
And
Tina,
suddenly
that
she's
talking
possessed.
dummy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Jennifer
Oh my
Carpenter. She's an incredible actress.
Yeah, and
Was she in Dexter?
it wasn't Dexter. She was Dexter's sister.
She's the one. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
she's a sister.
Oh my god.
Grabe.
She's great. She's also in the American remake of Wreck called Quarantine.
Oh
She's
right.
very, very
I
good.
liked Wreck.
Very
Wreck was
good.
really good. Oh my gosh, the imagery there is scary. Those long, lanky preacher things.
Ah,
Those
yeah,
things are
alright.
creepy.
Yeah.
I was like, what? All right. Nope. Not watching
Alright.
that one.
Cool.
You know what Miguel's gonna do after this podcast, right?
He's gonna watch My Little Pony
What?
and Hugas.
Yeah,
I
he's
do.
gonna watch like a
I do.
bright,
I know.
brightly colored cartoon.
I would.
He's gonna get some ice cream from the
That's
fridge.
literally what I
The
did.
episodes of The Good Place.
No, that's what I did. Like when I got home from watching The Conjuring, I watched Adventure Time. That's what I did, and I drank chocolate milk just to kind of.
Oh.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are some good like foreign movie horrors that you guys like? Did you guys have any like aside from Wreck?
Foreign.
Yeah.
I'm
man,
an
there's a
Asian
bunch. There's a
horror
whole-
fan.
What is that?
Yeah.
French horror.
Let the Right One In was pretty good.
Let the Right One In was so good.
I saw that.
Wait,
It
Yeah.
was so
the
good.
original one or the Swedish one, right?
They're both good though. I saw one of them. I keep forgetting which one,
I saw
but they say both of them are good.
Yeah. Yeah, the one with what's her name was good too. The American one was good too. It wasn't bad, but biased.
Yeah.
Let
Let me in.
me
Let Me
in.
In.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not
yes,
bad.
let me in.
We're super.
It is not as good, but it is a very good remake.
Still very
I
good.
would say.
Yeah.
Not bad. Vampires. I love vampires. Um,
Ganda nga nun.
yeah, super getting. That's a good one. That deserves a rewatch
Yeah.
for sure. That's the right one.
It does actually.
Yeah.
Or I should watch the European one, I guess.
Yeah, please do watch that
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
Okay.
dude.
It's funny that you said earlier that like during the pandemic, since the pandemic, I mean, you've been like putting off watching heavy stuff.
Mhm.
Actually, one of the reasons why we created this podcast is because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
I have just doubled down on watching horror. Honestly,
Pandemic podcast.
it's just it's like it's for me. I just find it like it's like, that it's so distracting from the
yeah.
real world. Like I'd
Like
rather
if you're
be
watching
scared
The
about
Conjuring, you're like,
fictional shit.
at least
than-
that's
yeah.
not happening to me.
Exactly.
It's not that.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
That's true. That's another way because I'm kind of an escapist too, which is why I love watching fantasy horror. I like playing video games. I like getting immersed into whatever I'm doing. So yeah, but then at the same time, like there's a lot of I like to watch a lot of the light horrors, like the comedy horrors. Like those are so fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the super heavy
fun.
ones,
Like,
like what was a really heavy one that I couldn't? Oh,
Hereditary.
Hereditary. I can't watch Hereditary. Like Midsummer.
I'm never watching that movie again.
Midsummer was a bit heavy, but I wasn't alone when I watched. Yeah, that was fine. Because there's a lot of like mental psychology kind of stuff that was really there too. I was like, yeah, this is really mabigat to, man.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Mother. Did you guys see Mother? I don't think it's a horror. It's more of what genre is that? It's not.
Wait, the one with Jennifer.
Yeah,
Darren Aronofsky.
Ayla.
Not the Korean mother.
No.
No, this was really like what?
Aronofsky.
Yeah, I
Mother.
actually still have not quite understood the movie.
I haven't seen it, but parang may religious undertone.
Yeah, it's a you know, so
What
many
is it
biblical
with
references.
and his Bible series. Like he did Noah.
Noah.
Is it his thing now? Is it his thing now?
Probably. It sounds like it. It sounds like he does a lot of the research, so he kind of that's his thing.
I get it. Like very academic. I get it.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who
Interesting.
do their research. A lot of directors who do their research because there are the gatekeepers. You don't want to piss those guys off. Like what movie was it? It was I don't know. I can't remember if it was the Resident Evil movie or Walking Dead. I can't remember. Basta it was like they had turned. I think it was Walking Dead, and then we were all watching it, and we are like, the zombies are not supposed to be doing that. Like, you know, you'll get people like that, and you want to be careful sometimes. Yeah. You wanna tread lightly, and you want to keep to the lore. Whatever. I don't know. That's for me. That's me lang. I don't know if you guys agree with that.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. What was a horror that what were horror movies that you guys hated? Hated not in the sense that you were like scared of.
Yeah.
Like this is garbage. Garbage horror movie.
I'm not again, I will preface everything I say with I get the appeal, but I am not a fan of the Hostel series at all.
I've only seen one.
Yeah.
I don't like torture porn. I don't like them.
Yeah, you know what?
Okay.
I really love the first Saw movie because for me it was horror, and then like the twist at the end was incredible.
That broke
but
me, dude.
every movie after Saw was just like kind of a parody of the first, and then it just became gorier and gorier. And I'm not a fan of the franchise Saw, but I really love the first movie.
First one, yeah.
I do not like Hostel at all. Yeah, torture porn is really not my thing.
I'm trying to think of one that I really didn't like. I should have made a list because there are some where
Did
there's
not like Eerie. It's a local movie. It's on Netflix. It's very
my God,
well
Aaron.
shot, but it's not very good. That's all I'm
Eerie.
gonna say. But it's very well shot. Like you're gonna be sucked in. You're like, oh my God, this is a local film. Holy shit, this looks amazing. And then 15 minutes into it, you're like, oh, okay.
Oh no.
That's it. That was a movie I did not like. Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen it,
That's it.
but I'll take your word for it.
You have to. You have to watch it, Chris. You have to watch it. You'll see why. You'll see why.
I'm curious
so frustrated.
now,
It's so
but
well
at the same time,
shot.
it's like, Okay. Do you know who's in it? I'm trying to.
Yeah, who's in it,
trying to
Aaron?
picture.
You want to tell us more about it?
She's famous. Wait. Duh. You know what? Let me Google it. Who's in Erie?
Yeah.
Very famous. Maiko David is the cinematographer. Beautiful. Beautiful
Maiko, yeah.
cinematography. Beautiful. Yeah. With Bea Alonso. There you go. Bea Alonso.
Oh,
very
sayang.
famous.
Eerie. Okay.
Yeah. It
Cool.
falls flat. On a
I'm
lot.
actually looking for some good local horror films to watch.
Sunod is amazing.
Sunod. Ooh,
Also on
Okay.
Netflix.
Oh, hell yes. Yes, Sunod is great.
cool. Sige, we'll take.
Or classic Itim. Itim was pretty good.
Yep.
I've seen that.
Absolutely.
Pero it was very, yeah. Was it in black and white,
I
if I
feel
remember
like-
correctly, Chris? Was it?
Are they still making horror movies now? I feel like not so much. I
Actually, in the past years, parang meron. I
Meron.
think there's been a bit of a resurgence. So some directors are dabbling or are making movies in that genre.
I feel like we should start
And-
making those movies again. I feel like it's
Yeah.
time. It's time to come back, resurrect that. I feel
I
like
agree.
we need to make more aswang movies. We need to make
Yeah.
I feel like we
Agree.
need to do more of those. Yeah.
I actually feel like I want to, well, it's just a dream, but I want to write a script that's all aswangs, but it's kind of like the series What We Do in the Shadows. But it's like mananangals living with tikbalangs. Like, dude, you were so noisy
Yeah.
last night. What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
That'd be so cool.
Can you
That'd be so
not
cool.
chew with your mouth open?
Ganda.
God, or
Ganda,
something
yeah.
like that.
Can you imagine
Do it,
Friends.
Oh, I love
can
it.
you imagine Friends pero aswang?
The swangs, right? Diba?
Like Joey would,
Yeah.
what would Joey be? He would be what would he be? Joey could be like a capre. Capre.
Yeah, kapre.
Maybe.
Or what's the aswang that comes in from the toilet? So the roommate will be like, just use the fucking door, dude.
Undin.
Stop coming up from the toilet.
Undin. Yeah,
Good.
the Undin.
I feel like Monica would be a manananggal for sure. She gives me manananggal
Rach-
vibes. Yeah. I mean,
Rachel
when
would be
you're obsessed with having a baby. So I feel like she would be a good manananggal. Yeah.
That's true.
Rachel would be a white lady, or what is a alluring?
Yeah,
one?
definitely a
White lady. She could be a good white. Or yeah. Do we have any aswang that sing sirens or whatever?
Like a
There
siren.
should
I'm not
be.
sure.
That's definitely
Yeah.
Phoebe.
So that was-
Definitely.
Yeah.
Or the one but there's one that if you hear it really loudly, that means it's far away from you. But the softer it is, the nearer it is. Like,
Oh, yeah,
if it sounds like it's far away, it's
Like
really
the-
near.
Galing.
That's like a dog howl, right, or something?
I forgot, but I
That
know
was
that if you hear it
Yeah,
loudly,
anything
yeah.
with howling. Anything with howling that would be
Mm.
Ross. Because Ross is such a whiner. I feel like he'd be like the howling, whatever that was. Yeah, for sure.
Chandler would be Chanak just because
Chandler,
Chandler.
Yes,
something.
Chanak. Chandler the Chanak because it's funny, of course. Yeah, dude, for sure.
So
Sorry, that
I
just
think
came up a conversation with with the aswang friend.
oh hell no, not at all. But maybe we should kind of circle it back to The Conjuring
Conjuring.
before we wrap
All
up.
right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool.
So,
So
my
any
last
last words
one
on The
thing
Any
I
last
Conjuring?
want to say
words?
about
Wow.
The Conjuring.
Famous
Yes, my
last
last
word.
words. My ultimate favorite part of The Conjuring was when the possession was happening and then she started floating on the chair with a cloth over her head and then it goes upside down.
So good.
I thought that was genius.
So
I
good.
had never seen that in a possession movie yet. It's usually scratching the walls or it's just
Mhm.
one person,
Mm.
but this whole upside down chair thing, really.
Yeah,
Again, practical effects. It wasn't CGI when they did that.
yeah.
Wire? Was it wire? Was she wired?
It was probably wire. Yeah. Probably
Galing.
wire.
Likely, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I might have.
It was
I think I might
incredible.
have seen the GIF.
Probably like a meme.
Oh, I sent it
Yeah.
to you, Miguel.
No,
Yeah,
we sent
yeah,
it.
you did,
Yeah,
you did.
Aaron sent it to Miguel to freak
And
him
that's
out.
when I'm like, yep, I'm so glad I didn't get to this point.
my why I don't know, I love this movie so much, but I guess to encapsulate it into a few sentences,
Mhm.
it's basically it's the overall treatment.
Yes.
It's they took the horror genre seriously.
Mhm.
The acting was fantastic. I thought James Wan was incredible.
Mhm.
I'm not a big fan of his entire filmography, but I thought he was like firing on all cylinders for this movie. I thought everything worked, honestly. And again, why I love that you chose this film, Sanya, is because when I saw it back in 2013, I really felt that it kind of reinvigorated my love for horror films. And so that's why it's such a personal horror film for me in that sense. But yeah,
definitely, yeah, no, I agree with you there. Like, I think it shook. I was shooketh when I saw that movie, and then it just kind of opened this whole this door on like the world of the Warrens. You know what I mean? Like finding out that they're an actual couple, that they actually are a paranormal investigators, and then like, you know, the Annabelle doll is real, and they have this entire museum, and then you find out that it's the same, you know, couple that's on Insidious, pala. Like, what? You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like, pretty awesome. And I love how apparently actually the family members, the Perones, really loved the way that he told the story, because, you know, with something as traumatizing as that, you really this is probably why it took them 20 years to make this movie, because they really had to make sure that everything was done right. Like, I remember one of the girls was saying, like, you know, when she watched it in the theater, she was really crying, but it was like tears of like, not joy, but it was like, yeah, it was done so well, and he did justice to the story. So I think that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, when it, I'm trying to imagine, like, if it were me and if it were my story, I'd be super protective of it. Like, you better do this right. You know what I mean? Like, this is my freaking life that you're talking about. And it was something extremely traumatizing that happened to my entire family. So yeah, super awesome. Super awesome movie. Hands down to the entire team behind that movie. Everything from like what you mentioned, like the costume, the prosthetic, everything, the special effects, the story, like everything. Cinematography, the treatment, yes. The acting, oh my God, the acting. So good. Yeah, for
so
sure.
good.
Yeah, I would definitely.
So I
wish I'd seen it.
I want to have let Miguel have the last word on this. As
okay.
Why? What even do I say?
I want you to watch it again.
I will think about it.
Let's do it. Seriously, I want you to see it.
Oh shit!
Like, I want to see it again, but now, I don't know. I'm saying this now, but off the air, I'll be like, I'm not gonna do it. I'll like change my mind. I'll change my mind. But yeah.
Great. Okay, so let's wrap this up. I just want to say thank you, Sanya, for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Sanya.
I had so much fun talking to you.
That was great. We've made another
thank
new
you
friend.
for choosing this film.
I'm so glad.
Even though our co-host didn't watch it. It was
this is my new mission in
choice.
Life. This is my mission in life.
I'm never going to live this down.
Watch this movie. Yeah, I think it deserves a review. Yeah.
All right, let's do it. In real life, when this pandemic is over, this is a reason for keeping on living.
Let's do it.
We'll all meet up and watch The Conjuring.
Let's do it. I'm so
okay.
down.
So everyone heard that. We've got the evidence. Miguel said he will eventually watch this film
with everybody. Is what I'm saying. All of us.
Yes.
And
Game,
all of us
let's do it.
in person.
Let's do it.
Sure.
In person?
Let's all dress up in person.
No, like like when this is all over, in 2023.
Oh no! Don't say that. That's even scarier than the actual film.
Yeah, that's the real horror.
We should go in costume too.
I'll go with a white cloth over my body.
Yeah, I'll go as the Shadow Man. I think he was supposed to be the Shadow Man.
I'll just go around clapping next to people.
No! That's really good though. Galing.
I don't even want to know what that means.
Okay, let's wrap this up and say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye. Thanks again, Sanya.
Thank you again, Sanya.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
can I plug
Sanya.
something really quick?
Yes,
please.
Oh my God, absolutely.
Super
Sanya, I'm sorry about that. Please
go for it.
So if you guys are not on Kumu, I encourage everybody to download the app and check it out. It's the light side of the internet. Super duper fun. I'm part of this live stream podcast called Usapan Retro with Ron Sara and Angelo Mendez, and we talk about all the geeky stuff. Last week we spoke We talked about our favorite anime series. We talk about our favorite video games. We talk about all kinds of cool stuff. So tune in Saturdays at 5 p.m. And of course, there's Kumumu on Fridays at 10 p.m.
Kumumu.
Which I'm
And
definitely...
you will eventually invite us.
Yes, it's happening. It's happening.
Yes.
Yes, I can't wait.
Perfect.
So yeah, get on Kumu, guys. Do it.
Will do.
Awesome.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
And thank you guys
Thank
for
you.
having me. I had a super awesome time.
Yeah.
So
So
did
did
we.
we. It was our pleasure.
I-
Thank you so much.
You've almost convinced me to see this movie.
Yes, we're almost there, guys. We're almost there.
We'll see it. We'll see it one of these days. Good night.
All right. Good night,
Good night.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Sardo little home.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Brought to you by Big Baby Studios.